ladies. All right, so I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, do understand and get your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. So today's video is about being authentic on your journey. Okay, in the words of Abraham Hicks, one of the things she says, do not focus on what you have already manifested. Focus on your desires and what you are eager to manifest. Okay, I think a lot of times, and including myself, like we watch, people from social media, television, we listen to people on the radio, like we all constantly being influenced with, different things, different insights, different opinions. And I believe sometimes we don't question it, right? We don't question why we do some of the things that we do, right? And I feel it's very important to question it, because if not, like, you would just be doing stuff and then you would feel frustrated if it's not going according to the person that you may be following. Like, for instance, when I started eating like plants, right? Like plant food, I had detoxed my mind. I had watched so many videos about people saying, that they eat in mainly plants. They don't eat no meats and, all these different things, right? And from the meats, the toxins, like when that animal is about to get slaughtered, how those toxins would get released into the animal's body, and things like that. And when I had heard all of that, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna eat meat. And then also, it was some people that was even saying like, you'll have like clarity. I watched a few videos on Netflix, Forks Over Knives and What the Health, right? And I was inspired by those videos. But what happened was, I was trying to go from like one, not eating meat, right? Well, one day not eating meat to just like getting rid of meat altogether. And some may say, well, that's the way you're supposed to do it, right? You're not supposed to eat meat, just get rid of it. Just take it out your diet. And when you are listening to people like that, right? Sometimes when you start, like maybe for 5 days you didn't eat meat, and then on the 6th day you probably ate meat, right? And now you being hard on yourself because you like, they did it. You comparing your journey to someone else's journey, and your journey is unique, okay? And that's how I felt. Also, I had to start asking myself questions like, are you doing it thinking that you're going to be happy at the end of, oh, I'm not eating meat? Are you doing it to say, to be like braggadocious, like, oh, I don't eat no meat, right? Or to make it, or to feel like you better than people, the ones that do eat the meat? Like, what's the real reason that you're doing it, right? And I think that has everything to do with it, right? Like, on your journey, the reason why you do certain things, for me, I have to ask myself, like, why am I doing this, right? Because you don't want to get caught up in somebody else's journey, because that person could be on chapter 20, right? And you just on chapter 5. And another thing, we tend to be hard on ourselves. And the reason being is because we watching somebody else. And you don't know what somebody is doing behind the scenes, okay? But you watching somebody else and you saying, well, they did it, right? So I'm going to do it. And sometimes when you're doing it, it's not working for you. And you probably you get frustrated. Like, why is it not working for me? Why is it not working for me? I believe maybe it's not working for you is because you trying to hurry up and skip, right? I remember Jim Rome, okay, had spoke about, it's not a destination, right? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, okay? It's not about you hurrying up to get to that place. It's about how many times you may have failed and then was able to pull yourself back up. It's about the things that you learn along the way, right? And it's also about you having compassion for other people, right? That may be on a journey that you once was on, right? May have made certain decisions that you once have made. And it's about you being compassionate. It's about you understanding and not being judgmental, right? And so last night, I told you guys, I wasn't feeling well. And, I was watching a Netflix series and I was, in the bed and I just was like real emotional. I had these moments where as though like I get emotional and it's like I'm filled with so much love, right? I guess some may say maybe I was in alignment with the universe or whatever, but I was like emotional and I was like crying and stuff. And what I was watching, it was like really, it was a Netflix series. It wasn't like really anything, to be crying about, but and I had started forgiving people. And one of the things that before I started forgiving people, I started asking the universe, like, why is it at times I want to be or I act like a perfectionist? See, you look at your life and you say, well, it's wrong for me to be this way. It's wrong for me to do that. In the universe, there's no right or wrong. It's just error. It's just you see what you doing, right? And do something different. But sometimes we are so unaware, or some people may be so unaware of what they doing, because they've been doing it their whole lives, that they just think that's like exactly really who they are. And when I asked the universe, like why at times I'm acting like a perfectionist, it was this one scenario that I went back in time, right? And I was living with this person. I was pregnant with my firstborn. And the person who I was living with, she would oftentimes, like if I wore certain things, she would say, no, Dina, like, where it is, right? And make sure, like, it's like, I'm really good. Make sure it's like perfect, right? And then I started thinking about the time that they had sent me to Social Security, right? Now, at this time, I was 18 years old, pregnant. And Social Security, from where this person lived, it was rather far, okay? And I was tired, but the person just was like, do it. Like, just go there. Just do it so you get it over with. And I remember it would be so many times where as though when I was growing up, that the people who had an influence over my life, right? An influence over my life, right? It would be times where as though, I don't know, it wouldn't be about the journey, so to speak. It would be about the destination. And I equate, it's being about the destination to, once I arrive here, I am going to be happy. And I'm having an aha moment. And I think that's why a lot of times our parents or guardians or whoever may have raised us, they tend to tell us, well, hurry up and get here, or, hurry up and do this and do that. And they associate the destination as happiness. Like, once you arrive there, you're going to be happy. And so last night, I started thinking about when a person had told me to go to the Social Security place, and that thought came up because I was asking, the universe, like, why at times I want to be like this perfectionist, right? And whenever you are trying to be a perfectionist, it's like you allowing the ego to run your life, right? Because you could never be perfect, right? Perfect in your image, right? But you could never be perfect. And I wanted to share this video with you guys because, don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Be gentle with yourself. And what I tend to do is I look at myself and I say, well, you're doing the best that you know how to do, right? Like, if you eat in a certain type of way, or maybe you need to budget, right, your money or whatever it is, or you having arguments, maybe see you being hard on yourself and you saying, well, I should never said that, I should never did that, or whatever. And what I know to be true is in the universe, it's just ever, okay? And if you ate something that you felt like, well, I shouldn't be eating this, right? If you focus on you shouldn't never ate that thing, the more you are putting up resistance, the more you're going to feel guilty, and the more you may eat more of that thing, right? And the same as that concept, with whatever it is that you got going on in your life. The more you feel like, well, I should never did this and I should never did that, that's like you being hard on yourself, you beating yourself up. And not only is it unhealthy, but you also are taking away your self-confidence when you tend to beat yourself up, when you tend to say, well, I should be, further along. And that's what it really comes down to, right? Like, us saying we need to be here, right? And I guess that's really not trusting the process, because if you trust the process, and understand where you currently are, that's exactly where you should be, right? And so sometimes I go through these moments like the next person, at times where as though I'm like, well, you should be this way, you should be that way. Even last night I told you guys with the medicine, right? And having this self-image where as though I'm like, no, I can't. Now I'm in excruciating pain and I'm saying, no, I can't take over-the-counter medicine because I told people I don't take over-the-counter medicine. And I was like, you have to choose, right? Do you want to stay in excruciating pain, or do you want to just be able to continue to tell, well, I don't take over-the-counter medicine, which I haven't, like, I really don't. It's whatever. But I had to decide, was I going to choose me, or was I going to choose, I said I don't do this, or whatever it is. Honey, you got to do what works for you, okay? And so I hope you guys got something from this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.